A shocking scene unfolded at a military base when a man dressed in black, wearing a cap and a mask, suddenly appeared at the gate. It took a few moments for people around to realize who he was: Jungkook. However, what was even more surprising wasn't just Jungkook's arrival without security, but Taehyung's reaction when he saw him. Unlike his usual composed self, Taehyung ran straight to Jungkook and hugged him tightly before bursting into tears. This emotional moment left many people wondering, what really happened between them? Why was Taehyung so overwhelmed? Jungkook's unexpected arrival. Everything started with Jungkook's unannounced visit to the military base. There had been no prior reports of him visiting Taehyung that day, making his appearance truly shocking. Dressed in all black, with a cap and a mask concealing his identity, Jungkook walked confidently toward the base gate. The soldiers on guard at the entrance seemed confused at first until they realized who was standing before them. One officer even asked for his identification, but after recognizing his face, they allowed him to wait outside the gate. And that's when Taehyung appeared. Uncontrollable tears in Jungkook's arms. The moment Taehyung saw Jungkook standing at the gate, he froze. His eyes widened, as if he couldn't believe what he was seeing. There was a brief silence before Taehyung suddenly ran toward Jungkook and hugged him tightly. It was an incredibly emotional moment. First, it seemed like Taehyung was simply surprised and happy to see Jungkook. But then, the atmosphere changed. He suddenly started crying, his shoulders shaking intensely. He clung to Jungkook even tighter, as if he never wanted to let go. Witnesses around the scene reported that Taehyung was really crying hard. His sobs were loud enough to be heard, even though he tried to muffle them against Jungkook's shoulder. And the most touching part? Jungkook didn't say a word. He simply let Taehyung cry in his arms, gently patting his back in comfort. What really happened? Taehyung's unexpected tears raised many questions. Did something happen before this meeting? Several theories quickly emerged. Taehyung is struggling in the military. Many believe that Taehyung might be going through a tough time in the military. As an idol who has lived in luxury and freedom for years, military life must be a drastic change. Perhaps he was feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, and Jungkook's visit was the emotional relief he desperately needed. A big issue that hasn't been revealed, Taehyung's intense emotional reaction has led some fans to wonder, did Jungkook bring bad news? Is there something they've been keeping from the public? Their friendship is deeper than we thought. One undeniable fact is that this moment proves how strong Jungkook and Taehyung's bond is. They're not just bandmates, they're family. After months apart, seeing Jungkook might have brought out all the emotions Taehyung had been suppressing. Jungkook's words that calmed Taehyung after a few minutes of hugging. Jungkook finally whispered something to Taehyung, but a witness standing nearby claimed that Jungkook spoke softly into Taehyung's ear. The exact words weren't clear, but whatever he said, it worked. A few seconds later, Taehyung slowly started to calm down. Though his eyes were still red, he managed a small smile, a precious moment after such an emotional breakdown. Shortly after, Jungkook patted his shoulder and said something that made Taehyung chuckle. It was a truly heartwarming sight. From someone who had just been crying uncontrollably, Taehyung now seemed much more at ease. Army is curious. What did Jungkook say? After this moment went viral, many armies started speculating about what Jungkook might have said to Taehyung. Some popular theories include, Jungkook might have reassured him by saying something like, "I'm here, you're not alone." Or maybe he tried to lighten the mood with his usual humor, saying something like, "If you keep crying like this, I won't be able to leave." Some fans even believe that Jungkook said something deeply personal, a message only the two of them could understand. One thing is certain. Whatever Jungkook said, it helped Taehyung find comfort. An unforgettable moment. This incident proves that Jungkook and Taehyung's friendship is more than just a work relationship. An industry full of pressure, where they have been living in the spotlight since a young age. They have become each other's safe space. Jungkook's visit to the military base wasn't just a casual meetup. It was a powerful reminder that no matter how far apart they are, they will always be there for each other. And for ARMY, this moment serves as a touching reminder that behind the glitz and glamour of K-pop, there are real people who deeply care for each other, true friends who will always be there in times of joy and sorrow. A real emotional moment or just a publicity stunt? ARMY questions Taehyung's tears in Jungkook's arms. After the news of Jungkook and Taehyung's emotional reunion at the military base went viral, the K-pop world, especially ARMY, was shaken by mixed reactions. Some fans were deeply touched by their closeness, while others began questioning whether this was a genuine moment or a carefully planned media stunt. Seeing Taehyung cry so hard in Jungkook's arms was undeniably emotional. But in an era of social media manipulation, one big question remains. Was this a real moment, or just a setup to grab media attention? Is this moment genuine or just fan service? When photos and videos of this incident spread, fans reacted emotionally. However, some also started thinking critically. Why is there no official statement? No official statement from Big Hit has confirmed Jungkook's visit. A superstar like Jungkook wouldn't be able to visit a military base unnoticed. If this moment was real, why hasn't the agency addressed it? Is there solid proof? The photos and videos circulating weren't from official media sources, but rather from fan accounts claiming to have witnessed the event. In today's digital era, it's easy to manipulate or edit footage. Why was Jungkook unaccompanied? Jungkook rarely moves without security, yet in this incident, he appeared alone, without staff or protection. Isn't that unusual? Could this be a hoax? We can't ignore the possibility that this story was exaggerated or even fabricated to generate an emotional reaction from fans. Some possibilities to consider: a scripted marketing strategy. It wouldn't be surprising if Big Hit orchestrated this event to ensure BTS remains in the headlines, even during military service. A misunderstanding. Maybe Taehyung was simply having a rough day, and Jungkook happened to arrive at the right moment. But does that mean something bigger was happening? Or are fans just overanalyzing? ARMY, what do you think? Are we being manipulated by a carefully crafted narrative? Is this a genuine emotional moment or a planned publicity stunt? K-pop is full of surprises, but also full of mysteries. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Is this an authentic moment or just another media trick to stir ARMY's emotions?